Thank you very much for joining the Hogwarts Library meditation sessions. I want you to find yourself in a nice comfy position, either with your feet on the floor, back straight, or lying down. Close your eyes and just take some nice deep breaths in and out, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Just reconnect with your body, reconnect with that inner space. Bring it back to center, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Feeling the air as it comes in from the world around you. Maybe you're outside, breathing in from nature, feeling the oxygen being pumped from the trees and the plants around you, creating the airy platform of our world on which we breathe, on which we depend, on which we thrive. And that air can be really powerful as the cyclones and the typhoons and the hurricanes gusting across the sky. That same element penetrates our bodies, fills up our lungs when we take a deep breath in, and then that oxygen will travel in our blood all the way around our system, carrying the oxygen and the nitrogen that we need into every cell, into our heart, creating the air spaces within our body, within our lungs, allowing this whole engine to move. So we just reconnect. We are part of the earth. We are part of Gaia. We are designed to live off of her elements. And the air element in our bodies is contained within our lungs and our respiratory system, within our chest area. Our heart chakra is an air energy. So this just shows the fundamental importance and origins of air, how vital it is. So for this meditation, we're going to take ourselves off autopilot. We're on autopilot most of the time with our air breathing. We don't think about it, we don't need to, it's automatic. But we can actually go deeper and swoop higher when we take ourselves off autopilot and we retake the controls. We bring ourselves back into that focus, and now we are at the helm, and we choose to breathe in. We choose to hold it, and we choose to let it go. So you are in control of your breathing for this session. Just feeling that energy support you and balance you and relax you and ground you back to Gaia, back to where we came from, back to the fire of where we originated, those early fires, those chemical storms, those star nurseries where we emerged from, the initial fire, the initial spark in the universe, that spark that exists in us, the fire in our minds, the electricity in our brains. Our body is an electromagnetic field of energy that permeates and penetrates and embodies all of the elements, and the fire and the water create the electromagnetic field that pushes all of this change around and around and around. And so we feel this fire when it comes to us as inspiration, that great idea, that sense of, I know the answer, I feel the understanding. All of that is electricity, like a circuit, like a computer. And this all takes place in our head. So we breathe into the fire element of our bodies, this generating furnace of fire that pushes the fire throughout our whole bodies, connecting us to the spirit of the universe. So breathing in to your whole headspace, feeling the air cool your head and your brain, realizing that you can always bring the temperature down or turn up the volume just by using your breath. And we talked about the fire, so we must talk about the water. The water element that connects us with all the water in Gaia, all the water on this planet, all the water on other planets, all the water on the moon, all the water on the sun, because there must be some. All the water in our bodies that carries all the information, all the nutrients, all the insights and all the emotions, carries everything that we are out into the world, out of our bodies and into our bodies and into our world. Even when we breathe in, there is moisture in the air. We are always breathing in water particles. We are always taking in water particles as sound as well. And so we breathe in to all of the water in our body. Feel the waves and churnings of your own waters, your own deep inner ocean of knowledge and wisdom. All of your emotions are buried, safe and nurtured in your internal ocean of emotion, ready to be tapped into whenever you're ready to, whenever you're feeling like it, whenever you want to remember those good experiences, those good feelings, those powerful, positive emotions that moved you forward. Sometimes difficult emotions, painful, challenging, transforming emotions and beliefs and displacement of beliefs. Making space for something new. All these transformations, they happen in our internal waters. So when we breathe in, we are also cleansing our body. So we breathe into our internal waters again. And let it go with the flow. Bringing us to the element of the earth, in which all this magic and mayhem is enclosed and encased in our body. Our body represents the earth of the elements, holding us together, holding us in one piece, this wonderful, magical package of light, this light body that's within us, hidden inside the flesh and the bones, the hair and the skin, the blood. There is a spirit of light that exists through all the cells, through all the empty spaces, through all the corners, all the darker corners, all the lighter corners. There's a light that permeates everywhere inside you, if only we could see inside us. But we can. We can use our third eye, intuition, to connect to our sacral, to connect to our emotions and find that inner light. And even sometimes see that inner light as a real vibration. So we breathe into our whole bodies, thinking of our feet, our toes, our hands, our fingers, our head, our neck, connected to the trunk of our tree. We breathe in to our tree. We hold it strong. And we breathe out. Shaking out the body a bit, shaking out any aches and pains, nooks and crannies. Just feeling the flow of the body, moving it in the way that it wants to move, that's comfortable. A little stretch, nothing too vigorous, just to remind the muscles that you haven't forgotten about them. So we breathe in again to our whole body, our root, our trunk, our tree. And we breathe out. Last but not least, we have the element of ether, the element of spirit, of soul, of essence, the all, everything comes down to this thing that is almost invisible and impossible, but it's everywhere. It is the universe. It is the big idea that God had. It is the creation that the goddess made. It is within us. The spirit of ether, the spirit of energy. Everything is energy. Everything is ether. Or chi, or prana, or breath, or life force, or the awen. And in our bodies, this ether, it manifests through the pineal gland in the manufacture of DMT and melatonin and cryptochromes. It fundamentally exists in our blood, in our DNA, in our fingerprints. It is that which makes us unique. It is our address in the 3D. It is our birth chart, our postcode. The way we are found, the way we are located is through the light that emanates through our aura, which comes out from our inner soul, spirit, essence, our DNA. So we breathe in to all that is spirit within us. And we give thanks to all that we are. Breathing in one more time. You are a cosmic being of light, having a human experience, exploring the Akashic field, on a beautiful day at the end of December 2020. You are looking forward with peace and joy and excitement towards the 2021 of new exciting beginnings and abundance for all, especially the earth, the new earth, a new Gaia, ancient Pachamama coming alive, finding her spiritual self and embodying all of us with a new energy. We breathe in one more time to all of the elements. We give thanks for all that we are. We find ourselves sitting in a big comfy chair in front of the fire. You look around at your surroundings. You're in your Hogwarts common room. You know which house you're in. You can see the emblems and the animals and the sigils on the wall above the mantelpiece, above the fire. There's a big Christmas tree in the corner, lots of gifts and treats and hot cocoa on the table. And beside you there's a gift with your name on in big gold letters. And you open the gift and you find that you have been given a gift from your favourite person in the world. And they have left you a special message. You take a moment to read your message before opening your package. As you open the silver glossy paper and the pink ribbon, you discover inside a couple of chocolates that fall out and a beautiful green tarot deck with the Arthurian legend written on the front. And you realise that you have been given a very sacred, ancient gift of long, long ago. And you begin to read the page that has been marked for you. It is daytime, and you are approaching a castle. It is a large and busy place, and no one notices you. You enter and find your way to the great hall. Here is a round table at which many people can sit. You walk around the table and see that there are names written upon the back of each chair. Walk around and find a chair with your name on it. You find it and sit down. Then you see many people come in and sit down. You realise that you are seated at the round table in Camelot, and that the court has met to discuss matters of importance, and that you are here to represent your own country. Each person reports their news. Soon it will be your turn. You turn your mind to your own country and the events of the world. What is happening there right now? What is the world's need? You tell your own news to those seated at the table. By now, everyone has spoken. Suddenly, a shaft of light comes through a high window onto the table. You see the Grail shimmering within the light. Its beauty speaks to your heart. You know that if the Grail can be found, the problems of your world will be eased. Make your own dedication now to find the Grail, so that its grace can heal the world's pain. From this moment you are called to the quest. You rise and get ready to search. You leave the castle of Camelot and pass out into the countryside on your quest. You may go on foot or take a horse from the stables. You follow the path before you and soon find yourself in a dense forest. Your quest does not seem so important now that the vision has begun to fade. You come to a place where the path splits into four. Which one will you follow? As you think, a white stag appears on one of the paths and you follow it. You realize you are in the forest of adventure, where many extraordinary things can happen if you are true to your quest. The white stag leads you to a clearing, a place of tranquility where you can sit and think about your quest. You set out in high hopes and with strong ideals, but a part of you is lazy and wants to rest. You ask yourself the question, what prevents me finding the Grail? You know the answer deep inside yourself. The birds sing encouragingly to you in the forest, and you continue on your quest. Still following the path, you emerge from the forest and see before you a castle which would look better if it were not situated next to a dank and stagnant lake. Still, the sight of habitation cheers you, and you approach it. Within there is a fire and a table spread with food. You recognize some of the people here. They are those who despise or look down on you, the people who weaken and disempower you. They do not understand your quest, and they mock your determination with questions which raise doubts in you. Why are you so special that you think you are good enough to go on a quest? What do you think you will gain, one person alone? But even as you consider the answers to these questions, you hear the harsh cry of the white stag. You realize that you have accidentally come to the castle of Case, a place dangerous to questers who are not firmly resolved. You face your challengers and tell them just who you are and what you intend to do. Without more argument, you turn and leave. You see before you the white stag once again. It wants to lead you over a hillside and down into a valley. You follow, still feeling angry with yourself for being lured into a confrontation. The land about you is very beautiful, and you are reminded of a place you knew when you were a child. The air is very pure, and colours are bright and clear. Your spirits lift and you continue your quest. You cannot see the white stag anymore, but it doesn't matter. Ahead of you is a fair maiden. She asks whether you would like to drink from the well, telling you that it will give you whatever food or drink you desire the most, as well as giving you some spiritual nourishment from the depths of the earth before the beginning of time. She draws up a bucket from the well and pours the waters into a cup and dish. Whatever food and drink you desire is within these vessels, and you eat your fill. As you do so, you feel great strength and encouragement. Thank the maiden now and pass on your way. She will indicate which road you should take. Strengthened by the draught of the well, you go along your way until you come to a low green mound set in the side of a hill. Seated at the entrance to the mound is a tall green figure dressed in leaves. He tells you that this is the Green Chapel, the place of ancient tradition. He asks if you would like to meet one of your ancestors and receive a token of help on your quest, for you may need this on the way. If you wish to do this, you go deep inside the mound and wait. As your eyes get used to the dim light, you see a figure. It may be a recent ancestor whom you know, or an older ancestor of whom you have no knowledge. Ask your ancestor, what is the greatest strength of your family? Now your ancestor gives you a symbol or token to take on your way. You emerge from the mound, and the green man sets you on your road with a blessing. As you proceed on your way, you wonder if the green man directed you wrongly. The further you go, the more desolate the land becomes. It is obvious now that you are in the wasteland. You see a place that is desacralized, where no birds sing, where no trees or plants grow, and where no fish swim in the waters. The lone figure of a gaunt woman in rags approaches you. Once I was the richest woman alive and the most blessed. Why have you made my land like this? Maybe there is no answer in your heart. Here there is only yourself and the queen of the wasteland. Ask her what you can do to heal the land and make it flower again. The blessing of the Grail is needed here very badly. You try to call to mind the grace and beauty of the sacred vessel to inspire you, but your whole being lacks savour or concentration. Bearing the words of the Queen of the Wasteland in your heart, you go on. Continue until it is nearly dark. Even the sky is without stars. On the horizon you see one pinpoint of light and go towards it. As you get nearer, you see here is a tiny hut, skillfully built out of old and broken things. There is a friendly light coming from within, and the door opens as you approach inside. Inside there is an old man, huddled in a long robe. He bids you welcome to his hermitage and invites you within. He tells you that he lives here to welcome and guide all Grail seekers toward the end of their quest. You sit down and relate your journey to him thus far. The hermit listens and gives you counsel, advising you and clarifying what you have experienced. Then he brings out a crystal mirror for you to look into. As you sit in front of it, the mirror becomes very clear and scenes begin to form within it. You see a city by the sea and many little boats arriving. You realize that this is Saras, the Grail city, and that all the boats contain different Grail seekers all arriving together. You see them assemble at a round table, like the one in Camelot, only this table is made of starlight. You see the strength and determination of the seekers, that many have come through pain and great trouble to journey here. The seekers all sit and join hands. As they form a circle of fellowship, they begin to sing of their individual quests, their voices raising in a many-layered chant. As their voices blend together, the Grail begins to form over the crystal table and dispenses its glory upon each person seated there. The beauty of the sound and the brightness of the vision strike your heart deeply. You see them each rise with cupped hands, like people who take water from a fountain. They each leave the city of Saras to return to their own lands. Your vision begins to fade as the mirror clouds over. The hermit tells you that this is a vision of what may be. In every age of the world, this quest is reenacted, and you have a part within it. Go now, he says, return to your world and seek whatever things are good and beautiful. Remember your vision every day, even when the wasteland seems to close about you. Then he strikes the wall so that a doorway of light opens within his hut. You step through, back to your own world, to your own time and place, where your quest is to continue. There is a blessing on all who serve. And as you take these words down into the waters of your own fountain of light, you bring out a blessing of thanks and awareness of the journey that you've taken, the light that is within you, the light that shines and where it comes from, and ultimately where it returns. And then gently put your breath back onto autopilot, ready to go about your day, not needing to think about your breath. We take one more breath purposefully together, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Knowing we can always take control of the reins whenever we need that extra focus, that extra drive, that extra energy, or a few moments of relaxation and quiet. And gradually, when you're ready, open your eyes and come back into the room. Feel yourself into your body again and gently go about your day. Namaste.